it is time for the Royal Rumble. We are on the road to WrestleMania starting this Saturday. Hit the music. Welcome back to another episode of the Thank God for Wrestling podcast. I am co-host number one, CJ McClure.
Coach number 2, Johnny King.
And we are on the road to WrestleMania. Let's just get right into it. It is exciting and crazy times. Our match card, we got Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship, probably going to open the show. I'm thinking this is going to be sleeper match of the night. I got Logan Paul for obvious reasons we'll get into later, but where's your mind at on this match, Johnny?
Bro, I think they're going to have Logan Paul retain. I'm not going to lie. I think him and Kevin Owens have had a solid feud for what they can do, Logan Paul being part-time. But yeah, I see him having a banger match. I see him having a fight, but I'm going to have Logan Paul keep the title in this one.
Yeah, same here. I saw today on Bleacher Report, they posted they had a brawl over at the PC, so 100% agree with you. They're doing the best with what they can with Logan's schedule. But I'm excited just to see Logan just kind of prove himself even more with this being his first title defense. And yeah, I think a sleeper banger with this one. So we got the fatal four-way match for the undisputed title, AJ Styles versus LA Knight versus Randy Orton versus our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. I'm seeing some people online making theories because the road to WrestleMania is just crazy right now with Dwayne back in the picture. And is Cody going to finish his story and Seth's injury and Gunther and Seth Rollins, all that. But plain and simple, I got Roman Reigns retaining.
Yeah, bro, Roman Reigns is winning. There's no way he's dropping the title. I don't see them throwing a curveball like that. There's really nothing to say. Roman Reigns is taking the title into Mania. Yeah.
But how do you feel that they turn this into a fatal four-way and not just a one-on-one match with Randy versus Roman?
I feel like it's gonna give like ruthless aggression vibes, like late attitude era vibes when it would be like Triple H versus Kurt Angle versus Rock, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
hopefully I think it will be a good match. It will definitely be a good match. It'll be a long drawn out match because Roman is a storyteller. That's his main focus. So I know it'll be a good match. It's depending on how will the finish be. Will it be like another ref bum? Like what will it be, you know? Yeah.
I think that's a good segue to what I was going to say next. I mean, pros and cons to everything, right? I think Roman versus Randy was going to put butts in the seats regardless, just because that's just a money-making match in of itself, especially in the point of both of their careers. I do appreciate the fact that LA Knight is getting another world title match. I think it's a hidden gem that we're going to see this version of AJ Styles, heel AJ Styles, no less, have a bit of an interaction with the tribal chief. And this is AJ's first world title match since what, the COVID era? So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I think that's really exciting to see. I just hope all four guys kind of have their moment to shine. Obviously, Roman's going to reign supreme. But I hope they have their moments where like there's a false finish where they make us believe LA Knight's going to win. They make us believe AJ's going to win or Randy's going to get his 15th world title. But the one downside of this is that due to the fact of being a fatal four-way, I think this just increases the odds and chances of Solo or Jimmy comes out, ref bump, Paul gets involved, all that stuff, which
Mhm.
I know we're all tired of seeing, but again, exciting times right now. I'm excited on the road to WrestleMania. So I'm keeping a positive mindset. They steered away a little bit from that in the last match with Roman versus LA Knight. So I have good hopes. But I agree with you. Definitely going to be a long, drawn out match.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Transitioning to that, we got the Women's Royal Rumble match. And I just want to say for both Rumble matches, real quick, what I really appreciate about what they've been doing are two things. For this point, the men specifically, that a lot of wrestlers, a lot of guys have staked their claim for the Rumble match to win it, why they need it, and what they're going to do. And then for both matches, I appreciate the fact that not many entrants have been announced.
Hmm.
I think last I checked, for the women's, only like 7 or 8 were announced, and I think for the men's, like 10 or 11 was announced at best.
Hmm.
So Yeah, like I really think just this pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble matches and the pay-per-view as a whole is going to be probably some of the best, just the one of the best Rumble pay-per-views in a long time.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but regarding the Women's Rumble match, I'm stuck between two potential winners, and that's Jade Cargill and Bailey. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking Bailey, bro. Bailey has not had a solo run since she's came back, let alone a title run. She's overdue. We're due for a face turn from her too. So I think she's gonna end up turning face, and I feel like she's gonna win and then turn face, and people are gonna be behind her, gonna be behind her going into WrestleMania. You know,
Yeah, and if Bailey does win, I think without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to be her versus Io Sky at WrestleMania.
for sure, and that'll be just a full circle match, and that's gonna go crazy for sure.
100%. So yeah, I mean, and I know it's super quick thoughts, but it's the Royal Rumble, man. I mean, anything's possible. So, I mean, so that being said, the men's Rumble, I do have a definitive pick for this one, but I think like the realistic top two picks are Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, but
Hmm.
I got Punk definitively.
Yeah, see, this is where it's tricky because like we don't fully know if Rock and Roman is gonna happen at Mania. So it's like, do they go the Cody route and then tease Cody versus Roman? I feel like the only way Cody would win is if they know that they're gonna do Cody versus Roman, and they know that Rock is not an option. If Rock is not an option, I think Cody's gonna win. If not, it's definitely Punk gonna win. He's going to face that WrestleMania 40 night one. There's no way he's not going to. If he wins, that's gonna be the main event.
Right. And to your point, right, like Dwayne is the wild card in all this, right? I mean, like he's thrown a wrench in everything. It's a good
Mm-hmm.
wrench
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like with this Rumble match, we got a sense of unpredictability. I mean, I know I just said Cody and Punk are like the two realistic winners, but there's an argument for both sides. Like you said, Punk is going to face Seth regardless if he wins or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cody wins, first guy since Stone Cold to win back-to-back years of the Rumble. So that would be kind of history. And WWE's been all about history the past few years with Roman and just all the record-breaking sales and revenue. Gunther's IC title reign. I I can see Cody going over and winning this just because logically speaking, if Punk wins, obviously going to challenge Seth. That's the world title on Raw. So then in the Elimination Chamber, you would think we're going to have an Elimination Chamber to decide who's going to face Roman. How do you logically get Cody to SmackDown?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing. I don't truly know if Cody were to go in the chamber, like you said, he would have to get the SmackDown. So they would have to do some kind of, I don't know, Cody pulling more strings backstage. I don't know. Whatever they could do, they could pull it off, but it would just have to make sense. You know what I'm saying?
So, and on that note, and we're going to get a little bit into this more when we have our moments part of this episode, our predicted moments in the Rumbles. But I think for it to logically make sense, I think you have a trade between Raw and SmackDown. You trade Jimmy for Cody. Send Jimmy to Raw to
Mm-hmm.
go feud with Jay on the road to WrestleMania.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Cody's back on SmackDown.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. Because they definitely want to do Jimmy versus Jay at Mania. So that would be a smart trade for sure.
Right. So that being said, with it being the Royal Rumble, we have our predicted surprise entrance. So Johnny, would you like to go first on this?
Yeah, I can go, bro. I'm going to go. I definitely think Andrade El Idolo is gonna come back as Andrade Cien Almas. He's one. We're waiting to see what's gonna happen with him. He's not with AW anymore. He's been pretty quiet. Obviously his wife Charlotte's in WWE, so it would make sense for him to come back. And he's a Triple H guy under the Black and Gold era, so he makes sense for him to come back. And then I'm gonna say this is a long shot, but I'm gonna say Kazuchika Okada, bro. He has been rumored to be in talks with WWE. His contract with New Japan is up, but it's not completely up because I think he still has a couple of dates left. But we've seen stuff like that happen where they get clearance to come over here and then they'll go back. But that would be great to see Okada in WWE because I know he's a longtime Shawn Michaels fan. He's always wanted to become trained by Shawn Michaels. So I could definitely see that happening, especially since we've seen what guys can do after they leave New Japan to come over here. It's like AJ Styles left New Japan to come over here, and he's turned into a superstar in WWE. So I really think that it could happen. It just depends on if they pull the trigger or not.
Right.
What about
Are
you?
those your only predictions?
I'm gonna save those for now. I'm gonna save those for now. I
Okay.
want to do women's, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
So okay, well then I'm gonna go ladies first, and because they're probably gonna go first anyway. I got about I think seven last time I counted. So number one, I'm gonna go Liv Morgan. I think despite her recent legal troubles, I'm not gonna get into all that. I don't think they fired Liv Morgan. I know we haven't heard a lot about it, but I think Liv is surely cleared from her injury by now. I
Mm,
think she returns in the Rumble match and is in there for a decent amount of time, just like she was last year.
mm.
Number two, I'm going Tiffany Stratton. I mean, I think 2024 will be the year she comes on the main roster full time. I think this will be like just a soft way to kind of have her debut on the main roster, see what she's made of in a Rumble against some other veterans. Number three, this one's a bit of a long shot, but we live in crazy times right now. So who knows? I'm going AJ Lee. Who's to
Okay.
say,
Okay.
who's to say that she does not come back for just the minimum, at least a Rumble match?
I can see it. I can see it. I can see it.
Number four, and this one's a little bit obvious, Jade Cargill.
Mm,
I think this is the perfect time she finally makes her debut. I know we kind of talked about this, right? She's gotten a little bit lost in the shuffle with Punk and Orton coming back. And I think Triple H is just trying to figure out when's the right time to truly bring her in. We teased it, but when does she have her actual match? I think the Rumble's a perfect opportunity for that. Number five, this is another long shot, but I'm gonna go Sasha Banks.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that. I've just
Yeah,
heard people saying she's definitely signed to AEW, but you don't really know until you see them wherever they end up. I would
exactly.
love to see Sasha back in WWE, but I just don't know, man. It's crazy.
And I hear you. No, I agree with you. And for those of you that follow our Instagram, I posted a quick video just regarding the rumor about Cody Rhodes is not going to finish the story. We really are living in a time right now where unpredictability is increasing more in wrestling. And I love that. I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes the writing's on the wall and predictability isn't a bad thing, especially if it's something that the majority of us fans want. But you don't Hulk Hogan said it on Raw, right? In the middle of mini package. You never know who's going to show up. So we'll see. Number six, and this is another bit of a long shot, but I personally think this one's more likely than Sasha due to Jimmy Uso. I'm gonna go Naomi.
Yeah, she's definitely coming back. Her TNA contract is up. She's signed, still delivered to WWE for sure, for sure.
Right. And then last one, I'll go the NXT Women's Champion, Lia Valkyria. I mean, the past handful of years in the Royal Rumble, some of the surprise entrants have been superstars from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that she doesn't stop by and tussle with some of the other women?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What?
that's my women for now. I'll save my men if you like to get some picks out.
No, bro. My women's were just gonna be Sasha and Naomi. Sasha's a long shot. Like I said, I would love to see Sasha back, but I know Tony Khan probably offer her a bag and then some. So it's really like, does she want money or does she want to be back in WWE? That's really what it comes down to. WWE will give her money, just not as much as Tony Khan will give her. And then Naomi, she's definitely coming back. She's definitely coming back. I do think they're gonna bring up Tiffany Stratton. I do think they'll debut Jade. I feel like those are a couple givens. And yeah, man, I guess we're just gonna have to see.
So for the men's, I have six for this one. So get an obvious one out of the way. Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of been on the rumor mill for quite
Mm-hmm.
some time, ever since Brock took a leave of absence in SummerSlam because he actually did wrestle a lot in the
Mm-hmm.
first half of 2023. I think Brock comes back in the Rumble, makes his return, and then we'll see more Brock on the road to WrestleMania. Number two, I got Trick Williams again. I mean, back to NXT. Superstars kind of making their way on the main roster, slight appearance in the Rumble. Trick to come out in what is it, Tropicana Field, I believe is where the Rumble is this year,
Mm-hmm.
and just the whole stadium to hear them say "Whoop that Trick" is
Yeah,
going to be a cool moment.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Number three, I got Braun Breaker
Okay.
again. Just I think I don't think by any means Braun's gonna break any records, but I think you get Braun in there, have him just eliminate people like 3 guys
For
like
sure.
that.
For
Like
sure.
just go on a bit of a spear fest, elimination fest, kind of put him over a little bit. And I didn't write this one down, but just get an obvious one out of the way because I added trick. Carmelo Hayes. He's been on
Yeah.
the main roster as of late anyway on
Mhm.
SmackDown. I,
Mhm.
I think he makes his Rumble debut as well. So this one is a little bit of a long shot, but I just got a hunch. I'm going with X-Pac.
Okay. Okay. I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, like I probably be in the match 5 minutes max, but nonetheless, I really think it'd be cool for him to come out, have some of the DX gear on,
Mhm. Mhm.
just like how he'd always do the
Mhm.
movement, and yeah, maybe have a rumble moment with him and somebody similar to him, like I don't know, Grayson Waller or Austin Theory have a face off like that. Then I think Braun Strowman. I think Braun. We haven't really heard
Yeah.
a lot about him recently,
Okay.
so
You're right. He's
yeah.
been
So I mean, I think right. Like I think Strowman. Again, I'm stuttering. I apologize. We haven't heard a lot about him recently in his recovery process. So I mean, I think that he might make us a shocker return because we haven't heard a lot about him.
Mhm. Mhm.
Maybe have him and Braun Breaker have a moment, have a face off in the match.
Mhm.
I
I can see.
I I'd love to see that. And finally, this one is a long shot, but you just never know. It's the beauty of it. MJF.
That's a long shot. I still think he's with AEW, but that's a long shot. That's a long shot. But if that would break that would break the wrestling community, bro, for sure.
I know I don't know. So has it been confirmed that his injury is real or is it a work?
I think it is real. I think he just needed
Yeah,
really time off. Like his whole body was just not giving him what he wanted. So I think he just taking his time off to like actually heal up. Yeah.
right. Well, be that as it may, as the saying goes, anything can happen in the WWE. No, it's a
Anytime.
long shot, but you said it yourself. Whether it's this year, it's going to happen eventually. MJF and WrestleMania is going to be in the same sentence in the future.
Oh, for sure. He's not retiring without coming in WWE. He knows he's gonna end up in WWE sooner or later, for sure.
100%. So yeah, man, those are my surprise entrance predictions. Now I got some moments for each match. So for the women's, I got 4 for the women. I think Becky Lynch will eliminate Lyra Valkyria. I think that'd be kind of a nice callback to when Lyra beat Becky
Hmm.
for the NXT Women's Championship.
Hmm.
Number 2, I think Tiffany Stratton eliminates Becky Lynch.
That would be crazy. That would be
Oh
crazy.
yeah. I mean, Tiffany hasn't had a victory over Becky, so I think this is gonna kind of be her first win, in quotations.
Mhm, mhm. I would love to see a Charlotte Flair Tiffany Stratton face off. Yeah.
Love to see that, but that's definitely like a long shot just with Charlotte's
Yeah,
timetable on
for
returning.
sure, for sure, for sure.
Number 3, a face off between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
Now that would if they do that, I know that they're teasing a Mania match for sure, for sure.
That's true, but they did Brock and Gunther last year, and that didn't happen at WrestleMania.
Yeah, rumor we might get it this year. We might get it this year. So
We might.
yeah, WWE is not going to do something unless they know it's a good chance of it happening.
Right. And this last kind of moment prediction, assuming Sasha does pull up, we have a four horsewoman moment minus Charlotte. Have Becky, Bailey, and
Mhm.
Sasha all having like a triple face off.
Okay, I like that. That's cooking. I like that. I like that. I
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Yeah. I really hope Sasha does return, bro. I really hope she does. I really hope she does.
There's money to be made wherever she goes, whether it's WWE or AEW.
Mhm.
But I really just think more so WWE.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean,
For
you're
sure.
you're right. You're right. I think Tony Khan can give her a bigger bag,
Mhm.
but I think there's more money for her to be made just collectively if she comes back to WWE with certain women superstars she can feud against.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So for the men's moments, I got 5. I got a hunch. I think we're gonna get another Brock and Gunther face off.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Being that they're playing that match for Mania, if uh if the Seth and Punk thing is going to happen, then I could definitely see it, bro. I could definitely see it.
Right. I mean, and I really don't know who else you have Gunther face in Mania other than maybe Kaiser if they want to go down the route of breaking up Imperium. I could see Gable and maybe Sheamus going over him in Mania, but I
Okay.
just think because
Okay.
we've already gotten those matches so many times,
Hmm.
I feel like Brock and Gunther, I mean, that is the clash of styles, hard hitting money maker for the IC title. But the only thing that holds like that, I feel like that stops it from happening is Brock thinking, I'm too good for the IC title.
Yeah,
I've
too
only
good for
won.
that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Will they really have Brock and IC title match? That's what I'm thinking. Now, what I
Right.
wish they would do if the Brock and Gunther's not going to happen, Gunther and Seth is going to happen. Find a way to get Pete Dunne off of SmackDown and put him on Raw and have them two face off. But it would just be tricky
Very
because the brand split now is tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky.
right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. A very quick funny story. The other night, as you all know, he's now Pete Dunne again. Johnny and I have been talking about for months that he's just needs to go back to Pete Dunne. I texted Johnny. I said, "Bro, I used to pray for times like this."
Bro, literally. I checked Twitter. Pete Dunne was trending. I said, no way they did it. And I seen the video. I said, let's go.
I know I'm being hypercritical now, but I just wish they would go back to his OG song.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But take the W while we can. Second moment, I think Carmelo Hayes will eliminate Trick Williams, and that's going to carry over into NXT, and their feud's going to officially begin.
Okay, that'd be a good way. And they can finish their feud at Stand and Deliver. That'll be a
Right.
good way to keep them exposing have them exposed on the main roster and then have them carry that back down to NXT. That'd be a good way to keep them both going for sure.
Oh yeah, and with these guys facing each other, you got to put it at Stand and Deliver for WrestleMania weekend, hands
Yeah,
down.
for sure.
Number three, I think it's either going to be Jimmy either eliminates Jay or he costs him the match. Like whether Jimmy's in the Rumble or not, he's going to do something to cost Jay the match. Because, and I'm leaning towards like Jimmy just interferes and eliminates Jay. Because
Hmm.
why would Jimmy or Solo be in the Rumble match unless if they were gonna just their intentions was to challenge Seth or backstab Roman? Like I just feel like if they pull up in the Rumble match, don't you think Roman would get a little defensive? Like, what was your intention? Why were you going in there in the first place?
No, literally, because he would be saying, "I know you have to be going for Seth and not me." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I think that's the easy way that you you start the feud to WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a little early because we still got Elimination Chamber as the final stop before WrestleMania, but nonetheless, I think it's going to happen in the Rumble. That's my
Now
prediction.
the question is, do you put Solo in the Rumble match?
You can. I think it'd be cool to have another Jay and Solo moment just because it's been a minute, since they've crossed paths.
And that could even make the Roman and Solo feud spark a little bit more than it already has been. Roman, what were you in the Rumble match for? Like, you want to take my spot? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah,
but be that but true, but Roman did make Solo the tribal heir.
he did, but he just didn't say when.
True. We'll see.
Yeah,
Number four, I believe that the final four of the men's match is going to be Punk, Cody, Gunther, Drew.
yeah, I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that.
Right? I mean, Cody and Punk cooked on Raw. Despite the fact that Drew can't get the job done, he's still staying relevant and staying prominent. And he
Hmm.
staked his claim for why he needs this win.
Hmm.
And Gunther, despite the fact that Bro is the longest reigning IC champ of all time, is staking his claim for the Rumble match too, trying to become double champ Gunther.
Yep.
I mean, this just seems like the most realistic to me. And that's a good transition for my final prediction of a moment. You have to have Gunther eliminate Cody for payback from last year.
Okay, yeah. Have them be like we'll have them be the last three. Him, Gunther, Punk, and Cody, and then Gunther eliminates Cody.
Yeah, that or like they're
Yeah.
down to the final four and Gunther eliminates Cody, and then you got Punk, Drew, and Gunther.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
just have Gunther eliminate Cody towards the end.
yeah. Okay, I can see it. Yeah.
But yeah, those are my moments predictions.
Hey man, that's our Royal Rumble preview predictions. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. I'm surprised this show will probably go by fairly quick, being it's only 4 matches plus the two Royal Rumble matches. Um, but yeah, we're gonna see on Saturday who is going to WrestleMania, man. But let's just do our two final solidified picks for the women's and men's. I'm gonna go Bailey and Punk.
I gotta agree with you. Bayley
Yeah.
and Punk. I mean, that logically seems like the most realistic.
Okay. Well, yeah, we appreciate you guys coming in for another video, man. Royal Rumble preview. We will be back with more content. Yeah, let us know in the comments who you guys' picks are. Let us know who you guys got returning. And yeah, man, it's another episode of Thank God for Wrestling podcast. We appreciate you guys' support. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm Johnny King, man. Thank God for wrestling.
Like Johnny said, we appreciate you guys sticking with us, watching this again. Stay tuned to join us in the time machine. We are going back to the 1992 Royal Rumble match where Ric Flair won it all, won the WWE Championship. We're going to talk about that since it's Royal Rumble season. We're on the road to WrestleMania, man. What a time to be a wrestling fan. I'm CJ McClure. We appreciate you guys. Thank God for wrestling. Peace.
Peace.